is a country which has a multi-party system, and because of the multi-party system we can see the diversity in the politics. On the other hand, we can also see the political instability. Hello everyone, welcome to the new series of Drishti IAS. I am Ritu and today's session is about Shiv Sena split and what is the mandate of speaker onto this. So moving on to the points of discussion part. First of all, we are going to discuss the news and then we'll have a background about this particular topic, and then we are going to discuss disqualification please before the speaker, and then we are going to discuss that what is the mandate of Supreme Court into this, and we are also going to discuss that what is the mandate of speaker into this, and then we are going to discuss that what is the overview or conclusion regarding this thing, and then practice question for prelims. Moving on to the news session. So, Maharashtra Speaker, who is Rahul Narwekar, has given its mandate that Eknath Shinde led faction of Shiv Sena is the real Shiv Sena. And according to the Speaker, it is the real Shiv Sena because there was a confusion and there was a dispute between the 𝐈𝐀𝐒 faction and the Eknath Shinde faction. But according to the Shiv Sena, it is the real Shiv Sena. And how this verdict has been given, because of majority of the MLAs are with the Eknath Shinde. So because on the basis of that, the speaker has come to this conclusion. So this is the news we are going to discuss, and then we are going to discuss the background that when this particular thing has been started. So the point of discussion and point of conflict has been started since 2019 when the Shiv Sena has made an alliance, and the alliance name is 𝐷𝐻 𝐏𝐫𝐞𝐥𝐢𝐬. And that government is out of the tradition that Shiv Sena has done the coalition government with the Congress and the NCP, which is very unusual onto the Shiv Sena part. And because of this thing, the Eknath Shinde led faction has decided that they will split from the party, because the party is not going to its mandate and they are not going to with the ideologies, and because of the making coalition government with the Congress party, it dilutes the identity and ideology of the party, and because of that Eknath Shinde faction has decided that they will split from the party. So this particular thing has been started since 2019, and because of that we can see that in 2022 Eknath Shinde MLA rebelled against the Uddhav Thackeray that what you have made the decision, this is not the right decision. And after that, what we have seen that Uddhav Thackeray has outed the Eknath Shinde from the party, and they had appointed Ajay Chaudhary in place of the Eknath Shinde. Moving on to that, what other developments and what other events we had into this, that because of that we have seen that there are so many confusion happened, and after that Shiv Sena has to Uddhav Thackeray led Shiv Sena has to resign from the government, because majority of the MLA went to the Eknath Shinde, and then Eknath Shinde went with the BJP and they had formed the government. So this was the whole story of the Maharashtra controversy and Shiv Sena split. And because majority of the speaker was with the Eknath Shinde, so Uddhav Thackeray had to resign because he cannot prove the floor test and he will fail the floor test, and because of that we can see that this kind of controversy happened. Moving on to the disqualification, please, that what disqualification, please, before the speaker. So the both side has decided that they will file for the disqualification petition in front of the speaker, and Uddhav Thackeray has said that since the Eknath Shinde led faction has not followed the mandate of the party and what the party whip have said about, and they had not followed the party whip's order, and on the basis of that they had decided that all these faction will be disqualified from the legislative assembly. On the other hand, Eknath Shinde led faction has said that the controversy has been not started with the not following the orders of the whip. They had said that the controversy has been started with the ideological front, because their ideology was diluted and there was a different methods and different reasons for the controversy, and they had not violated any legislative rules since they are not eligible for disqualification. Instead of that, Eknath Shinde led faction has said that you should qualify Shiv Sena Uddhav Thackeray led faction. So this was the disqualification, please, in front of the speaker, which has been filed. Moving on to the next one, the whip has different whip has been appointed, and the Shiv Sena has appointed different whip. The Eknath Shinde led faction has appointed different whip. So one party cannot have two whips, and thus we can see that there is a split between these two parties. And then Maharashtra governor has also calls for the floor test, and the government has to resign. Moving on to the next one, which is the Supreme Court weighs in. So what is the mandate of Supreme Court? Because this matter has reached to the Supreme Court when this government has been formulated. So from June 2022, this matter is in the Supreme Court, and Supreme Court has given a bunch of verdict regarding this thing. And according to the Supreme Court, the governor's earlier decision to call for the floor test of 𝐾𝐨 𝐏𝐫𝐞𝐥𝐢𝐬 was incorrect, and also the speaker decision to appoint 𝐾𝐨𝐿𝐴 was incorrect, because 𝐾𝐨𝐿𝐴 has been appointed from the Eknath Shinde side, and Prabhu has been appointed as a whip from the Uddhav Thackeray side. So this was the incorrect in the eyes of the Supreme Court. And SC also ruled that, the speaker should follow the original constitution, that the both faction has submitted their party constitution when they decided that they will fight for the election. So the speaker must rely on to the original constitution. They should not come with the amended constitution. So this was the Supreme Court verdict regarding this thing. And moving on to the next one, that what other things we have. So the Supreme Court has also said that, the speaker should not go with the majority. That this time we have seen that what the reason has been given by the speaker, that most of the MLAs are with the Eknath Shinde led faction, since that is the real Shiv Sena. No, this should not be the basis for any political party, that most of the MLAs and majority are with you, that you are the real Shiv Sena or you are the real authority of a particular party. This could not be a mandate for any political party, and according to the Supreme Court, this cannot be valid reason to authenticate a particular party. And Supreme Court has also asked the speaker to not decide on the petitions. So this is the Supreme Court mandate onto this. Moving on to the next one, which is speaker backs Shinde. So what is the speaker's decision onto this? So speaker has backed the Shinde, which is Eknath Shinde faction, and it has said that you are the real Shiv Sena, and it has not disqualified any members from both the factions, but it has backed the Shiv Sena, that you are the real Shiv Sena, Eknath Shinde. And there is also much controversy between the party symbols and party mandate. So we will see that what the future has regarding this thing, and what is whether this matter will reach to the court or not, we will see in the future. But this is the matter of the court we have decided. Moving on to the question part, that what would be the other options we have regarding this thing. So the other options we have regarding this thing, that should this matter reach to the court? Yes, this matter should be reached to the court, because this is the authority of the Shiv Sena, that if there is any injustice happen to the Uddhav Thackeray led government, then they have right to reach to the Supreme Court, and in future we will decide that what Supreme Court has taken decision to this thing. On the other hand, we have also said that Supreme Court has clearly said that you should not go with the majority, but in this case we have seen that speaker has went with the majority. So it's up to the Supreme Court that what would be the exact matter and what would be the exact verdict onto this. Moving on to the practice question for prelims part. So the question is 10th schedule, because disqualification is under the 10th schedule, and your first statement is it deals with the powers and function of the governor, and your second statement is it pertains to the anti-defection law. Here they are asking the not correct statement. So you have to be very careful for instruction, that whether they are asking the correct statement or not correct statement. So kindly answer in the comment section. Then there will be the mains question related to this topic, is that why there is so much political instability happening in the political arena of the India. And India is a country where we can see that every time election is going on, So that also affects the economy of the country and other environment of the country. So should India come with the one nation and one election formula, or India should also care for the federal structure? Because India is a country which is quasi-federal in nature, where we have to also look for that what states demands, and we have to also look for that what small parties and small people want, what is their mandate to, what is common people think about the political system. So that's it for today's lecture. I hope you like this session. If you have any queries related to this session, kindly ask in the comment section. Thank you.